Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another Daily Drop here on TarHeelIllustrated.com. I'm THI publisher Andrew Jones, and the topic today is the transfer portal for football and for basketball. It's a mess. You guys don't need me telling you that. It's a mess. It needs amending. It's out of control, and it is going to get really bad for college athletics soon. I know the ratings. You tell me that till the cows come home, that's fine. But I think at some point, fans are going to get tired of it. And they are the ones who give you the ratings. They're the ones who turn the dial. They're the ones who buy the tickets. They're the ones who stream. They're the ones who buy the gear. Without them, there is no massive CFP playoff with those huge payouts. Doesn't exist. So at some point, for the health of the game, and for the sanity of the fan bases, there's going to need to be some amendments, some tightening of the boundaries, of which there are really none right now. As it stands, guys can transfer all the time, except in season. But to be perfectly honest with you, with the very loose transfer rules where a guy can transfer into a school in December and then transfer again in April and just have spring practice. Who's to say a guy can't transfer at the end of the first semester to a new school and play for them in the same year? The only time we've ever seen that in college athletics was during World War II, when guys would get drafted and they would then go play on a military base team that would happen to go back and play their old college from earlier in the year. There are quite a few players that did that. My dad wrote a book about it. I did a lot of the research for it. But that can't happen. That would be horrible. But if we're just going to have all out whatever they want, whatever the kids want, kids get, who's to say they can't do that? Who's to say that the end of the semester in basketball, East Podunk State has a dude averaging 19 points a game, and Kentucky needs a shooter. And Kentucky goes to him and says, hey, man, at the flip of the semester, we want you to come over here and be that shooter for us. That sounds ridiculous, but where we are sounded ridiculous several years ago. That's why I think that they need to rein this thing in. There needs to be health of the sport, which should matter, not just whatever the players want. Health of the sport should matter because the schools provide the platform for this. They provide the revenue for it. They create the revenue structure. The guys are working, but they don't create the revenue structure. They don't provide the platform. They don't take the risk, so to speak. It's just like business. You open up a tire shop, you invest all your money into that. A couple of people help you and invest into it. You're the one taking the risk. So you're going to reap more of the reward because of the risk. It's like that in college athletics because they are a business now. So here's what I propose. This will make things easier because we just finished the basketball portal here not long ago. There's no reason the portal should have been open that long. First of all, it should not open during the tournament. How can smart people, educated people who sit in a conference room for 3 hours and discuss this stuff and say, yeah, let's open it during the tournament? That makes sense. There were 2 teams in the Sweet 16 that had guys enter the portal before their teams arrived at their Sweet 16 sites. That's just stupid. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't help take care of the product, which is the foundation for the revenue of these kids. It's their platform and it's their foundation for revenue. Okay, in basketball, the portal, in both sports, the portal windows should be shorter. I actually like the spring portal window in football being 10 days, although I think it should be cut to 7. 10 days was good. It's a really good start. In basketball, the portal window should be the Thursday after the national championship game, like the first day of the Masters, I guess. And it's open for 10 days. That's it. 10 days. These guys have thought about it. I talked to 3 players in the locker room in Milwaukee about their futures. I haven't given any thought about it. A few days later, they're gone. Sure, they've given thought about it. Sure, they have. It would be shocking if they truly didn't. So they know, their people know. They have handlers who get information. They have agents. 10-day window. The Thursday after the national championship game, 10 days, that's it. You cannot enter otherwise. Now, as far as when kids commit, you can't really put much of a window on that. But you can on when guys leave. You should know. Don't hold your program hostage. They have to go out and replace you. So I think that's fair to the kids, and it's fair to the program. In football, December 10th to the 15th should be it. Football is really screwy because you've still got bowl games, which I think are going to go away. And I think they're going to end up being the beginning of the next season. Bowl games are going to start seasons probably down the road, which is a pretty good idea in a way. But 5 days. Wait till after conference championship games, unless they go away, which I think is very possible. But at that point, most everyone, bowl games are gone. Almost everyone's season's over by December 10th. So 10th to the 15th. That's the portal window. For teams that are in the CFP, they get a special 3-day window that opens 2 days after they're eliminated. You should know. You don't need that much time to deliberate. And then in the spring, April 15th, April 22nd, in that range. The Monday after, there should be a deadline for spring football games or spring football practice inning. There's no games really anymore. And you get 7 days. You've had all off season to think about it, all spring to think about it. 7 days and close it. The next thing, you get I think every high school player that signs should have to stay there for 2 years. Because you've got to have continuity in these programs. They are the platform that helps this money become a reality. They make the investment. They pay for everything. They get you the coaches. They give you the bag. There's got to be some parameters. So it's a 2-year investment unless a head coach leaves. Not a position coach, but a head coach. And then the guys can hit the portal. After that, you can hit the portal and play right away somewhere else. Second time, you should have to sit out a year. Again, you've had the freedom of movement, and they're making money. And by the way, that 2 years, that means they can't get cut either. So all these coaches that are cutting kids now, they got to keep them. So if you take a kid, you got to keep him for 2 years. Even if he shows up and he sucks and the coach doesn't want him, you got to keep him for 2 years. So the investment is made by both sides. The commitment is made by both sides. But you cannot have constant bouncing from program to program. You see these things on Twitter, on X, with the arrows, this school, this school, this school, this school. Oh, and he's finally ended at this school. I don't know why people want guys that are bouncing around a lot of schools. You want to have a little bit of loyalty there. You remove that question if guys can't move that much. If you're unhappy that much, that's on you. That's not on the sport. That's not on the schools you've been at. That's not the coaches. That's you. So you can transfer, but you sit out a year. Now, I also think the 5-year rule helps this, which I do think there needs to be 5 years of eligibility. You show up 5 years. You could get a 6-year if there's a major injury that costs you to lose a season. But if you transfer and you lose one of those years, you still have 4 years like now. And even if they want to make an amendment and give a guy a 6-year, I'd be okay with that. I just don't like the constant maneuvering. It really hurts programs, and it hurts fan bases. Fan bases want to buy guys' jerseys, which is what NIL is supposed to be. You can't do it now because someone else is wearing that number six months later. Fans want to get to know players. The difference between the college fan and the sports fan is there's something family-oriented about college. It's cultural. It's us. He chose us because there's no draft. But you lose that when all these guys that chose you decide to choose somebody else a little while later. I talk to fans all the time. A lot of them don't like it. They're starting to grow weary and tired of it. So some changes need to be made. I could be completely wrong, guys. These are just some ideas to throw out there. If you think I'm dead wrong, please tell me where I'm wrong. If you have more ideas or if you want to tweak my ideas and make them better, feel free to go right at it. I'm not going to take it personally. We're just having a big discussion right here of something that needs to be discussed. Some changes are absolutely made. I think most people will agree with this. And while I don't have a problem with the kids making money, I don't think the changes need to be made so much there as it does in the constant movement. That's a bigger issue with fans than the money is. That hurts programs more than the money does because coaches have a tough time trying to put together a roster when there's all this movement. Let us know what you think. I'm AJ, and I appreciate you stopping by.